So we just got ATL, y'all. Y'all know this is my second home. Oh, we just passed You Arrived to Miami Circle. Love that. So we on our way to my brother, DJ Focus. We finna go over here and, do what we do, politic, and just chop it up a little bit. But we're in town, actually, for the BMI Awards. I can't wait to go tomorrow. I'm going to be able to see one of my all-time favorite gospel artists. Y'all know who it is, John P. Key. Shout out to Uncle John. They're going to be awarding him tomorrow, and actually just celebrating him. The contribution that John P. Key has made to music, not just gospel. The music, world, the music universe, it has just been phenomenal. And so, John P. Key pretty much, nobody knows this, but he knows. I told him that I didn't have chorus in school. I got kicked out of chorus like the first day of school, right? I used to just rewind John P. Key tapes and just study him. I studied John. I studied his writing. I studied his ad-libs. I studied, the way he dealt with the choir, just his mannerisms. And John had the cleanest fade you ever want to see in your life. John fade was just blended to the T. Shout out to his barber, whoever his barber was back then. But and John stayed clean too. His wardrobe was up to par. He was current. He was, trending back then, and just fly. So, it's an honor to be able to celebrate, his celebration this year at the BMI Awards. So, y'all stay tuned. Yeah. Hey, and don't forget, the remix on the way, April 11th. Shout out to Rodney Mignon. Today's Mignon's birthday. Hold up, time out. Rewind, Mr. Selector. Today is Mignon's birthday. And my little sister is, a day older. We don't tell people age around here. For those that don't know, age, we don't speak that around here because, that's people's business. So, however, my little sister got a birthday today, so we're going to take her out tonight. And I wanted to celebrate with her by allowing her to go with me to the BMI Awards. So it's an honor to have my sister with me on this special occasion. And hopefully I get an award tomorrow too. So y'all stay tuned. All right. Okay. Sign the wall over here with my brother. I'm going to go, everybody went here. So I'm going to go a little different. I don't want to do the sign. I ain't gonna do that. I wanted to sign it here. God dropped me the Addy. I just need a screenshot before I get him. I got it, daddy. Hands to the Most High. Sunday morning parking lot. Came to the A and blew up. I like that. Just took over the land. No, can't see what God's gonna do. That's why I said took over the land. There you go. That's what he told us to do, right? Joshua 1:8.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time for our spiritual detox. Otis Kemp in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, my brother?
How you doing, man?
Cooling.
Huh?
Cooling.
The success has been crazy. I love the way you say cooling, man.
Just cooling.
Listen, man, I've been building with you for a couple years.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember the first time I met you, you gave me that record, that Daily Bread record. I said, brother, I don't know what you was planning to do, but I say put a little paper behind this. Yeah. This is it.
Yeah, you did.
And you have been doing everything I knew you could do since then, man. But let's go back.
Yeah.
When you talk about that Daily Bread record, did you know? Outside of what I said, did you really feel it like it was going to be that number one?
I did. I always knew Daily Bread was a great record. The crazy thing about Daily Bread is that it's like 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Maybe a little older. I just give it 15. Yeah, because...
Why you sitting on it so long?
I came out with it years ago. I just never... pushed it, and then I started doing other stuff, and so that's when I was working with Ralston and everything. I was the only gospel artist around,
right?
That hip hop scene. So South Florida knew about the record. It was actually doing good on a local level, and I let it go. I just I got to keep doing something else. Didn't even understand, really how to do it back then because I was always helping other people versus helping myself. And so a few years ago, 3 years ago now, God was like, go. Mm-hmm. And when he said go, I'm like, all right, let me put this together. I did a live recording of the song. COVID hit. So that's another 2 years, that I couldn't do nothing with it. Mm-hmm. So just after that, I didn't stop. I just pushed it and put it out. But I actually put out The Reason first. Mm-hmm. That was the first record I put out a couple of years ago. It's 2.5 years now.
Right.
And that was out for like 4 or 5 months. It made it like top 35, top 34. And I performed it, Daily Bread, at the Stella Awards.
Yes, you did.
It's like the different events they have around. Mm-hmm. And man, people heard it and they was just going crazy. And so and it was crazy. I was pushing Reason. And I was like, we're not performing Reason no more. They're like, what? Like, nah. We got to go with this song, And that's the beautiful part I was telling you off the air, that being an independent artist, I was able to shift gears. If I was with a label at that time, they've already put money, there's marketing behind The Reason. It's already top 34 on Billboard and Media Base. No, we're not moving from this.
Correct.
Even some program directors, when I shifted the record, didn't like that I did that. And it's funny because they didn't even like The Reason at first, but it had done grew on them. Mm-hmm. And so Daily Bread, though, it just grabbed them. Shout out to Derek Harper at Radio 1-2. Mm-hmm. You and him, you guys heard that record, was like, yo, this is dope, bro. Mm-hmm. You need to do something with it. So it's just amazing. I think the hardest thing about that record was that I had to sit on it until people catch up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you got something good, but don't nobody really know it yet. Mm-hmm. I shot the video. I'm on the roof in Miami, having fun. We got Kunk Salad on the set. We having, a real Miami time. And the record was just so... it was just so impactful to all of us. We just wanted the world, to experience it. And thank God he allowed it to happen.
Well, he allowed it to happen. One, it's a great record. Yeah. Two, you finally figured out you got to work a record. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of starving artists. I know y'all keep putting these singles out.
Yeah.
No. If you got something that's magic, work the record. And it takes maybe a year to get traction.
Right. That's right.
So again, y'all ain't tapped in with your local DJ. So that's why y'all ain't getting no notice.
Yeah.
You've been able to do something unique, man. Let's be very clear. You give a gospel-infused message over this Miami hip-hop vibe. Like, walk us through that and why that was so important for you to keep your Miami essence, but keep that gospel in it.
I think you're the first person that ever asked me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah, no one ever.
Let's go. Talk about it.
Because most people, they interview you, they don't mean they care.
Okay.
So the questions are different. You unpacking it. And so for me, authenticity of who I am is important. Mm-hmm. I could have came with the Fred style or the tie and infused it with whatever. Mm-hmm. But I just felt like when God gave me something, I believe it's special. Mm-hmm. And I think he gave it for me deliberately. This is something I tell people. I say, everyone has a special DNA gifting in the spirit. You have your blood DNA, but also in the spiritual realm, there's only one of you as well. Mm-hmm. So as the natural and the spiritual go, they connect, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe that having the sound that I have, it really expresses who I am as a person. I be trying to stop being hood. I be trying. I can't help it. I be trying. I be like, okay, let me be, man, listen, this who he is. I'm a part of Peter and the disciples. I'm over there with the gorillas and the silverbacks. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that's who God called me to. I think Peter was called to some people and Paul was called to some people. And so when you begin to understand that they both was called by the same boss, but just different job descriptions, then you would allow people to be who they are. So having my sound and having it to be authentically who I am, that was super important for me. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because you got to understand, I'm coming into an arena. Gospel is not big like R&B and hip hop. So you're in an arena where, there's other people doing certain things, but it still wasn't what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I'm not totally CHH and I'm not totally gospel. Even program directors like, we trying to figure out how to. I said, don't try to figure it out. How the music make you feel? It feel good, all right then, just play it and let the people do what they doing. So it wasn't easy to cross those barriers, but I believed in what God gave me.
And you stood on that.
Oh yeah, you got to. That's it. Everything else will fail. His word won't. So when he spoke it over me and said go, just go, and he'll work out the rest. And I'm gonna tell you, Daily Bread right now is still my top #1 grossing song out of all the records I released.
Out of all of them.
All of them. It's still, when I get my Spotify, those are artists, they know, you get your artist Spotify, your weekly, monthly, man, listen. Now, Church Parking Lot and Blessings is neck and neck.
Them neck and neck.
Oh yeah, with like right up under the Daily Bread, but Daily Bread is, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's gone.
Before we get to Church Parking Lot and Blessings, let's talk about everything. What was it like working with Lena Bird Miles, and how did that collaboration come together?
Lena is a blessing, bro. How did that come? Shout out to my boy Walter.
Okay.
Walter Thomas. Walter slid up on me in Miami, and we just ride. I'm taking him through the hood, get some collard greens, some comforters.
Come on now.
We slide through you know what I'm saying? So I'm playing them different music or whatever have you. And matter of fact, when he got in the truck, I was playing Doobie Powell. Shout out to Doobie Powell. I was playing my brother because I love the diamonds in the roughs. There's so many dope artists out here that don't have the light. And I believe those of us who do get some light on them, we need to highlight other people because that's actually the DNA of who Christ is. Showing love to people. But Walter got in the truck, and I would let him hear the song, and I had another young lady on there first, and he was like, "Man, that's a dope record." He's like, but of course he's thinking executive. He's like, "You need to get someone on it that's in the gospel." Da, da, da. And he said, "What do you think?" Yeah, he said, "What do you think about Lena?" I said, "Ooh," I said, "Lena kill this." So I was trying to figure out how to, mind you, I'm not signed to Capitol at this time. I'm not signed to nobody. So I got to figure out, how do I get to Lena Bird, and not just Lena, I got to deal with Warren Campbell.
Correct.
Shout out to Uncle Warren. And so I was like, I saw Lena at this event. Matter of fact, we kept showing up on the same venues. So I said, I got to politic. I can't let this slide by. So I slid up on her and started messing with her. We kikiing. She said, "I thought you was so serious and mean." I'm like, "Why you say that?" She was like, "I don't know." She said, "You silly like me." So we just started, kicking it. And then I was in Louisiana. Then the next venue, we at the DMV at Radio 1 event. So, "Hey, Lena, I need to holler at you. I got a record. Ooh, I'm going to shoot it to you." So did that, connected with Warren, got Warren on the phone, and I'm letting him know what my intentions were. And I'm like, "Warren, listen, I need you to throw me one." And he threw me one. And so got Lena on that. We did the song virtually, bro.
Really?
Yeah, over FaceTime.
Over FaceTime?
FaceTime.
And she laid them vocals down.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And actually, she said, "Bro," and she said, "You got me out my element." This is crazy. I'm giving you some exclusives. Watch this. Every singer is different. And my writing is different. So my cadence of how I maneuver in records, I thought it would be easy, for different really dope vocalists. But she's like, "No, this is different." And then I'm from the South. She's from LA. People don't know, but the rhythms are different. Oh, this is good. Sonically, the rhythms are different. So her trying to move how I'm moving, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't her. She normally flows over the beat. I'm in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting it up. So she was like, "Yo, this is dope," because I've never sung a song like this. And me showing her just different ways of how I'm thinking of the cadences and her putting her drizzle on it. That's how we got what we got, and that's the power of collab. You know what I'm saying? You got some collard greens. I got some mac and cheese. We got a meal. You know what I mean? So if everybody bring their gifts to the table, we can, guess what? Bless the whole world.
That's good. Listen, DJ Focus, Otis Kemp. We got to go to a quick break. We're coming right back with more from Otis Kemp. You're tapped into DaFixx. You know DaFixx is in. Clear. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. You tapped into DaFixx. DJ Focus. I still got Otis Kemp in the building. So, man, listen, Otis, I appreciate you talking about some of the tracks. But I want to talk a little bit about ministry for a minute, man.
Yeah.
I think you're able to resonate, and you spoke about a little bit with the urban or the inner city community a little bit more. Why is street ministry so important in how you approach, how you make records?
I mean, for me, because Jesus told us that he didn't come for the people that's already healed. He come for the sick, for the people that's hurting. And I believe the streets is what we're all called to. Outside of the four walls, you go inside the church to get filled up, right? And of course, you should have some already before you get there.
You should.
You know? But we go there to collectively come together to worship. But the real ministry is outside of the church. And I think for me, you know, where he called me at was out in the trenches. And so he's actually giving me, you know, my little background too, you know, I got kicked out of every school in Miami. So, yeah.
You was beating people up, man?
I was just...
No, talk to the man. Shake the devil.
Listen, I'm going to just say this. Don't play with me.
Hands on people.
Just don't play with me. Go that way. Go play with them.
Okay.
Because we ain't playing over here.
Okay.
But, you know, and I'm glad you brought that out because a lot of people believe when you become a believer in Christ that you're supposed to get soft as ice cream. We're not doing that over here. Matter of fact, let me exegete the text. I believe he told him before when I was with you, I told you don't take nothing with you. But he said, now that I'm leaving you, go and get your sword. They say, I got two of them. He said, that's enough. So if for you to take two swords, what that mean? One to kill your food with and another one to protect yourself. Yeah. So I got a spiritual sword and a physical sword that I'm not going to let nobody play with me and my family. A lot of people believe when you get in Christ, you're just supposed to let people run you over and just handle you any kind of way. I ain't see David do that. I ain't see Abraham do that. When they went and grabbed Lot, didn't Abraham go down there and holler at them boys?
He did.
And grab everybody and all the spoils and everything? And the king of Sodom wanted to grab it from him. He said, nah, I'm straight. I ain't gonna never let you say you bless me. The Most High blessed me. So understanding how to navigate in this world and still be real men, that don't mean you get pushed over. Now the Bible tells me to follow peace with all men, but he didn't tell me to be nobody's doormat.
Do you think, because you work both sides, so let's talk about the industry for a minute. You've worked both sides. What's been your response back for some of your peers from when you were working on the other side now? Because you bring that soft situation up.
Yeah.
You have to remind people every now and then from, you know, when you was back then. I'm just asking, man.
Yeah. Nah, because my people on, you know, when Flo Rida or Ralston hit me up or people I see, they already know, you know, they know we stand on business. Okay. But to be honest, man, people are really excited for me.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Flo Rida always reposts my stuff. You know, and it's crazy. You know, Flo done sold 100 million records. He ain't got to do none of that. You know, Ross, he reposts me. You know, E-Class, you know, just different people, you know, that just really rock with me. And they just like, man, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? For me to, a lot of people don't know my story, but I gave up the hip hop when we first got signed. Right. Ross just got hustling. And I was right there through the whole process. Flo Rida had just got low. And God told me to go. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? But I believe that if I would have stayed, I wouldn't be here today. Because I don't think I know he didn't want anyone to get his glory. And he knew that he needed to refine me. And he was still filtering, and he still is. You know what I mean? And so I believe that I'm for the people that people forgot about, or the people that, you know, you started doing hip hop back in the day, or you were doing something, but you were doing it for the other side, but you always had a gift that God gave you. He's not done with you. You know, he's still working on you. You ever talk with like Flo or Ross or any of the other people you work with and maybe do a little compilation project with them or some type of collaboration? And of course, keep it God spiritually. Like, has those conversations ever come up? Should I tell her? She talking about, yeah. You got something on the way? Exclusive. Come on, man. What we doing? We outside. Let's talk about it. We all the way outside. Come on. Yeah, I just did a record with Flo. You just did one with Flo? I just did it. So this is your record or his record? This is my record. Okay, so this is Kingdom, faith infused, driven. Big I'm just saying, because you're going to have some haters who's going to say you back doing them, you know, some old things. So, you know what? And let's talk about that, because I like them. I love my haters. My haters give me promo. Right. Let me bless them real quick. So, let every man be a liar, and let the word of God be truth. You ever heard of Joseph? Absolutely. So Joseph wasn't working in the church. Joseph didn't have a job as a church musician. He wasn't a church deacon. He wasn't even over there by the church. He was in Pharaoh's house. Facts. Egypt. That's the highest level of higher black magic back in the day. It's Egypt. So if he's working in Egypt, the second in command had the ring, the signature ring. What does that tell you? That his heart was always with the Father. Matter of fact, it was so much that he wouldn't sleep with the man's wife.
Right.
He would not bow. He would not give up. We threw him in jail. His own brothers put him, wanted to kill him and sold him as a slave. And look, God elevated him, right, through his gifting, through the anointing that was on his life. Guess what? To be there when famine came for the people of God. So what am I saying? If God is using me in a certain way, then pray for me. If you don't understand the vision and the direction that God has given me, then stop talking and just watch him do it.
Okay.
You know, Peter had the same problem with Paul and them. And Paul, they had the same problem, issues back there with the disciples, that God called them to different areas within the kingdom. So if I'm doing something with Flow Rider, guess what? That's between me and God, and know that it's for the kingdom. You don't know what Flow Rider heart is. Only God does. You can go to church every day, all day, and bust hell wide open. Bible, he says, they said, we cast out demons in your name. We lay hands on the sick in your name. He said, depart from me, workers of what? Iniquity. I never knew you. He wasn't talking to sinners. He was talking to church folk.
He was.
All right, I'm going to chill out.
No, you good. You good. So we got that one loaded in the clip. That's on the way, so we're going to look out for that.
Oh, that record crazy.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm going to let you hear something before I leave.
Yeah, please do.
I'm going to let you hear.
Please do.
So you're going to get an exclusive.
And I'm going to keep it a buck.
Oh, I already know you is.
I'm going to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I'm glad that you're still able to do work and be able to minister to them over there. Because again, we talk about it all the time on DaFixx. A lot of them can't get, or they don't believe in going and being a part of a ministry. Because of course, the paper, it dictates everything. Everybody thinks they just trying to after their money. So we need people like you, worries, to do what you do to make sure you're good. God's word keeps getting preached. So I do want to ask though. Shouts out to you, partnership, the deal with Capital, but you got your own.
Oh yeah.
What we doing? Like you threw me for a loop on that one. I'm like, okay, he just got the Capital news not too long ago, and now you starting your own. Talk about your label and what you looking to push out of that.
So what's crazy is I was always signed to myself, Revive 5.0 ENT.
Okay.
I just didn't have any other artists on it,
Gotcha.
So I did all my projects, I put it out under my company name, Revive. And, man, I'm going to tell you something. I don't even know what made me do it. I ain't going to even lie. Meaning, I got 3 artists at one time trying to put them out. Most people take one and wait 3 years, and I don't know. I just never been a fan of just doing the regular, and I just believe God told me to do it at this time and just push. So I got, Mignon. Shout out to Mignon. She's a dope gospel recording artist, and she works with everybody. Kirk, Fantasia, James Fortune. I mean, her list is crazy. John P. Key, she just did something on John's new project. Okay. And then my best friend Rodney Kahn.
Okay.
Rodney is. We've been together since high school. Okay. And
he know you for real. Oh
yeah. So Rodney's there. Rodney been with me in my po' boy days, with Ross them. So he's all over Ross album and Flow Rider them. He actually, I didn't tell this in the interview, but another exclusive. He was actually about to be a part of Blackstreet. With Teddy Riley came and grabbed Rodney from. He was the first one from Miami to ever get a big look like that from a major, producer. So yeah, his resume is extensive, and his dad, God bless his soul, John Kahn. His dad was a minister. That's something I was going to say earlier too. Flow Rider mother is a minister. Really? Yeah. So I wanted to say that they don't. Okay. So that the stock. You understand? The Bible says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken or the seed of a beggar for bread. So it's in our lineage. So I got Rodney, I got Mignon, and I got my boy Howard Coleman. Okay. And Howard's dope as well. He's a writer, producer, engineer. Howard has a sound that I don't think we've heard in gospel yet. I'm going to just say that much. It's different. It's inspiring. It's something I haven't seen and I haven't heard. So sonically, it's gonna bring. How Maverick City came with a sound. Absolutely. How when John P. Key came, Kirk came with a sound. There was just a different sound that came. Yeah, Otis Kemp. Yeah. There was a different. God, Pro 401 praise his own pond. So, so there's a different sound because there's only one of you, and so I believe Howard Coleman has that uniqueness in the music industry. ministry.
So they dropping projects, singles.
I'm dropping out a single on them each of them first in the next coming months.
Okay.
So that's why we're so Rodney and Mignon is on my new remix.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
I wanted to. I already heard that already. Yeah, I already heard that already.
You heard it first.
Yeah. So what's next? What we outside this summer? What we got going?
Well, I mean, I got Church Parking Lot remix on the way.
Okay.
The one that's out now with Tasha. Shout out to Tasha Page.
Yeah, that's still fire.
You know, that record's dope. My sister did a great job on that record. I think we're number 39 this week on Billboard, if I'm not mistaken. 37, 39, something like that.
Okay.
So we're climbing the charts with that. Well, preferably that we'll get another number one, you know, so that'll be 3 consecutively. And I just want to show people that God is doing something in our lives that we can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that does it, that you can do on your own, I don't believe that's faith. Mm-hmm. You know, but when you can't do something, you don't know how something's being done, it's just moving. You know, that's all God. So this summer, man, we're ready. We're getting ready for the different shows I got coming up, and I'm going to do a lot of live unplugged things in South Florida with my artists, with myself, mm-hmm. and I'm putting together a small tour.
Okay, you putting together a small tour.
I got to get out and touch the people.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you balance it all, man? Let's be very clear, man. You're your own CEO. You're a exec. You're an artist. You're a preacher too as well. I know you do that too as well. How do you balance it all? You know what I'm saying? When you talk about balancing your career and everything you're trying to do, personal life. We court. What we doing? We outside?
Man, listen, I got the schools.
Oh, come on, talk about it.
So I have preschool and private school. Okay. Appleseeds Performing Arts Academy.
Wow.
And so I've had that for 7 years now. So and that's crazy because me that got kicked out of schools, right? See how God does?
Right.
See, Moses was in Pharaoh's house and went into the wilderness, and Paul was killing the Christians and turned them over to become a Christian. So God turned me over to become a winner in the education, industry as well. So I have that going. That's going great. Being a part of grooming and downloading into the next generation, for me, that's ministry within itself. Mm-hmm. So I'm doing that. Also, I have my own studio and everything in South Florida. So I'm balancing it all just by, staying busy. I believe I should stay busy. You know what I'm saying? I think a king or a queen, they have to have balance so God can steadily use them. Mm-hmm. But also you have to make yourself available. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't think I can ever just do one thing. Okay. Nah, it won't happen. It won't happen? No, it ain't gonna happen. All right. I gotta stay busy, man. Listen, I feel Look at you. I'm proud of you, man. The place look amazing. Man, to God be the glory. You and my sister came down here, and man, I remember you were telling me some things a couple of years ago what you wanted to do, but I see a different glow on you today. Yeah, I see that you're walking into a different purpose. You're walking into what God called you to do. Absolutely. When you walk into that purpose, there's a shifting of confidence. There's not arrogance, it's confidence, and so that's all I see on you. That's the glow. Bold in the faith. We supposed to do what we supposed to do. Yeah, man. Listen, shouts out to everybody now. Listen, I'm a son of him. I know y'all be all I'm him. No, I'm a son of him. Shouts out to everybody. I love that. Come on, Otis, tell the people how to connect with you, follow you on all your social media platforms. Yeah, man. Y'all can follow me on IG at I am Otis Kemp. Also, my YouTube is Otis Kemp. My Facebook is Otis Kemp Music. And just follow me so you can hear some new music that's coming out. Stay up to date with me and different things that God is about to, take me to do. And man, I'm excited to be here. So shout out to DaFixx. What's up? Man, appreciate you. Come on, you want to break a record today, man? Because I break records. Go ahead and introduce whatever song you want to play for us. You can break a record if you want. You can break a record if you want. I just want to keep that in the spirit. You can break a record if you choose to. But what song you want to play for you today? Man, you know what? I'll play. We'll drop a remix. Let them hear the remix. Church Parking Lot remix. Hey, listen, this CPL remix featuring my sister, Mignon, and my brother, Rodney Khan. Turn it up in your car, at your house, on the job, you at the beach, whatever you're doing. Keep it locked. You're tapped into DaFixx. You know DaFixx is in. Love it. We clear, mama? Yeah. All right, we good. Get some promo, brother, and we good. It's the Stellas. Get my dog Stella though. I'm gonna get me one day.
You will keep working.
Oh yeah, man. You already know.